Lord's hand in protecting me and protecting all my right-wing Crusader brothers, Christian brothers that were with me. And immediately I cried out and called upon God for his saving grace. And, we knew the distance you are to me, about 3 feet in front of me, and I saw the fuse. It was smoking, and I thought my life was over right then and there. And by God's grace, I immediately acknowledged the Lord's hand in protecting me and protecting all my right-wing Crusader brothers, Christian brothers that were with me. And immediately I cried out and called upon God for his saving grace. And, we knew exactly. I didn't see the guy who threw it, but I knew exactly who threw it. It was a Muslim, and they want to kill us because I'm a Christian and I speak my mind in this country. New York was built by white Christian men. Okay, and now it is being taken over and destroyed by Muslims and socialists. And so we need to defend our country. The distance you are.
Oh, Jake Lane, Jake Lane, Jake Lane. Well, first off, me personally, I don't think nobody should be trying to kill you, harm you, do nothing to you, or nothing like that. That's my personal opinion. Excuse me. Now, on the other hand, I will say, and this might sound weird, but it ain't nobody's fault people want to kill you but yours. And I say that because before you start doing all this, before you start doing all these hate rallies, whatever you want to call it, won't nobody think about Jake Lane. Won't nobody out there do nothing to Jake Lane. I mean, most people knew you for January 6th or something like that, and that was pretty much it. But the only thing that really get me about Jake Lane is the false narratives and, trying to get more Americans or more white people or more Republicans or whatever on your side to get them feel like you feel with the language you use and the way you phrase and what you're saying. So it's like, I 100% don't believe nobody is trying to unalive you or do nothing to you because you white or you Christian. It's a reason you using them terms and saying it the way you saying it because it's what you want. Like you want white and Christians against Muslims. You want America against Muslims. So that's what you want. So you taking a horrible thing that happened to you, in my opinion, because somebody throwing a nail bomb at you is quite scary, quite wrong. But instead of just going after that for what it is and there was even no reason to try to spin this or turn it another way or make it another way. It was on camera. People seeing it. They was in the wrong regardless of what you saying, what you doing, what you that for. They was in the wrong. So to try to spin that into the narrative of, excuse me, oh, they doing this to me because I'm white. They doing this to me because I'm Christian. It's just diabolical to me and just something I can't respect. Especially with what's going on in the country right now with us and Iran or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say. Just like kind of add fuel to that fire. But again, that don't surprise me coming from Jake because I know that's what Jake Lane want. I know that's what Jake Lane always wanted since the first time I came across Jake Lane when he was in Dearborn, Michigan with Cam. I instantly knew. And I had my own issue with Dearborn, Michigan. Maybe we'll say that for another video. But I had some issues with what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan and all that, just as far as, just to give a little context on, just as far as like what was happening to them while they was down there. Like I said, regardless of why they down there, because anybody got the right to protest or the freedom of speech to say what they want to say, whether I agree with it or you agree with it or have a goal. Everybody got the right to say what they want to say. So for Cam to get maced and Jake to get his stuff took and slapped and all this, like I said, I ain't taking nothing from nobody. I have no dog in the fight. It's just simply right is right, is wrong is wrong. You ain't got to agree with what he's saying and what he's doing because I don't. But he still shouldn't be harmed in no way or nothing like that. And then if he is harmed, whatever city or state he in should protect him as an American You know, as a peace officer, as someone who took an oath to protect and serve, you got to be able to put your personal feeling to the side, how you feel about somebody, and do your job. And that ain't what I think in Dearborn at all. So I wasn't fully against them being in Dearborn protesting, but I didn't know Jake Lane, and I didn't know the extent Jake Lane was willing to go to. So with the bacon on the Korans and the pigs and just the hate talk, in my opinion, just the downright hate speech, you know what I'm saying? And another thing with Jake Lane, this ain't, I'm a Christian, but with Jake Lane, this ain't just a Muslim thing. You know what I'm saying? Jake Lane is against anything that's not white, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So in my heart of hearts, I feel like Jake Lane wouldn't even like me or nobody look like me because I'm black, but whatever. So I thought Cam and some of the other dudes in that Dearborn situation made great points when they went down there and, you know, talking to the talking at the city hall meeting and everything. And in my humble opinion, I just feel like Jake Lane went last and got up and just destroyed everything that was said. Anything, I mean, took over the whole message or what people was trying to expose or trying to show that was going on in Dearborn. I mean, I just feel like Jake Lane just took away from all that when you got up the next day, all on Twitter and any clips you seen on YouTube, anything you seen about it, everything else was completely overshadowed by Jake Lane and his rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I just feel like no matter what side you on, right, left, black, white, Christian, Muslim, whatever you are, I just feel like an individual like Jake Lane is just bad for all us. I just feel like somebody like this is just bad for all us, and it's for several different reasons, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, the hate talk this dude go around spraying and the stuff that he's willing to say and happy to say for absolutely no reason. Like even right here in this clip we just watched to say, I didn't see who threw it, but I knew who threw it. It was a Muslim. That just lead me to believe, because I know the articles I heard since then, now that we got the benefit of hindsight, I just know the stuff I read said it was two Muslim guys or whatever, but that just lead me to believe that even if it wasn't Muslims, no matter who it was, Jake Lane was going to say Muslims because they fit his narrative. Because that's what fit his narrative. That's what he wanted to be. You know, I find it hard trying to feel bad for Jake Lane with what he be going through, because in my humble opinion, that's exactly what he want to go through. You know, and it might sound crazy. Some of y'all might don't agree with it. Let me know in the comments. But he want to be attacked. He want to be hurt. He want bombs thrown at him. He want to be attacked by mobs because it fit his narrative. And if he got to take a little wear and tear, a little ground and pound, whatever you want to call it, to push the message out there he's trying to get out there, or get certain groups or certain individuals to look like what he's saying they are, I think he'll do it with a smile. And in my opinion, from watching him since Dearborn and keeping up with what's been going on with him, even though I don't care for none he do or none he say, I mean, it's kind of hard not to watch the dude in front of the camera just because it's just like, wow. It just makes you want to tune in. It's that unbelievable. It's that messed up. Why he take this stuff with a smile? He like anybody think he's like, oh, when whatever happened in Minnesota with him with the mob and he was attacked and all that. Anybody who think like that's scaring him or that's making him want to stop doing what he doing, then you're absolutely wrong. That's exactly what he want. Now you can say what you want to say about Jake Lane. I know I am, respectfully, but this man is not dumb. This man don't come off as stupid. You know, he going to these places for these things to happen. He's provoking so these things can happen. So that would be my beef with people on the other side of the fence, whether you're on the left or just anybody who don't agree with him, you're Muslim, whatever, just the groups he attacked, verbally attacked. I just feel the best thing you could do with someone like Jake Lang is ignore him. When he having a rally or whatever, where you at, don't come. Don't show up. Don't counter protest. Don't give it attention. I know you be angry, I know you be mad or whatever the case is, but anything but not getting it attention, you're gonna lose to Jake Lang. Okay, if you try to go back and forth verbally, you're gonna lose. Even if you're saying the right thing, this or that, but he's still gonna go with his narrative and probably overtalk you and things of that nature, or edit it up in a certain way, so you're gonna lose that way. You put your hands on him, attack him, or anything like that, you're gonna lose that way because you're looking like exactly what he's saying you are, and he's just gonna take that and be like, okay, that's why these people should be gone. Look at these monsters. Look at these animals. Right? The whole crowd gonna attack him. You're gonna lose. I'm not gonna say he was attacked by a mob, which is what happened and we all saw, and then which was wrong. He's gonna say he was lynched. That's why I know for a fact this man is not dumb. Because he's turning every situation around on his head and making it fit his narrative. He know he wasn't lynched. He know what lynch means. And he know what narrative that fit. He know what type of uproar that can bring. He using the word lynch specifically, purposely. It'd be the problem what I have with people who's on the left or people who protest or whatever you want to call them, is that it's just in my opinion that they just feel like whatever they're doing is right. And I don't think too much thinking goes into what the protesters are doing either. Like all the hollering and screaming and name calling and all that. And then on the other hand, you ask ICE or the police officer, whoever, like, why are you recording us? Why you think? Because you fit in the narrative like a mole. This is exactly what they saying you are. And you coming out here in a righteous mindset, I guess, for what you say, but just doubling down on it and giving it to them. I used to be like that. I used to be that guy. I used to be, that's what you want to see. You want to see the left. You want to see ghetto. You want to see, but that's not the way to go. Because I know from personal experience with me, I've been like that practically my whole life in most situations, even when it ain't political or anything like that. And it never really worked for me. It just feel good. But a lot of times doing the wrong thing always gonna feel good in the moment, especially if it's like revenge driven. People on the left need to learn how to play the game. Need to learn how to play the game. And I hate to use the word game because this is real as life can get. But it is a game being played. You say what you want to say about the right. Like I said, I'm not on the right. I'm not on the left. But the right plays the game 10 times better than the left. From top to bottom. All the way up to the President of the United States. All the way down to somebody like Jake Lang. People on the right only mission is to make you look like what they saying you are. And if you want to make the left look like animals, or you want to make Muslim people look horrible. And like they just against white men and against Christians in general. It's just simple as sending Jake Lang out there with a camera. Simple as sending Cam Higby somewhere with a camera. And by the time they leave with that camera, most people who watching will have no reason not to believe that the people on the left is exactly what they saying they are. Control yourself. Educate yourself. Don't let nobody else control your emotions. You don't think Jake Lang wants you there? Anybody who come in any of these cities he go to, if he ain't want you there, he won't post it before he get there. He won't have it all over social media before he get there. Not only do he want you there, he needs you there. He's controlling you. He's in your head. You're losing to him. Regardless of what you think of him. And I don't think much of him, respectfully. I think he's one of the worst people in the United States right now. But he's outsmarting you. And that's where the lack of respect for you come from. You're doing exactly what he wants you to do. You ever heard the phrase like, lost the fight but won the war? I couldn't sum it up no better than that. So you see him, you hit him, you take his stuff, you mace him, you call him names. But in the bigger picture, in the bigger scheme of things, he's winning. That man came down here and collected exactly what he wanted to collect. So people just got to do better. People just got to do better. It's just all this fighting and name calling and whatever and all this stuff just became the norm, and it's just saying like we're on the brink of a civil war or something like that. From a bunch of people who claim they love and care about the same country, but don't love and care about the country enough to be civil with each other. If this was all about America, and this was all about what's best for America, then people would be more willing to talk and more willing to coexist. This don't be about America or what's good for America. This be about individuals' perspective, of America. What they want America to be, what they think will make America great. And all this that trickle down to YouTube and with these influencers, whether it's left or right, all this just trickle down from the top. And when I say the top, I'm not just speaking of President Trump. I'm speaking of politicians. All of them. Because when we watch all y'all in the same room, whether y'all questioning Kristi Noem or Pam Bundy or Cash Patel or whoever it may be, whoever you question, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, whoever it is, it's just a bunch of ignorance in there too. I mean, this is quite frankly the standard. Whether it's whichever side it is, this is who most Americans is looking up to. This is why most Americans is picking whatever side they choose to pick. And these people gonna be hollering and screaming names and calling people out their name and just, acting childish and pathetic. All of them. Then why won't regular people start to act like that? I don't think our politicians take being a leader serious enough, or being an idol, or being somebody who other people listen to, or people hang on your word and believe what you say without fact checking it or knowing anything about it. Like, that's a great responsibility. And I just think most politicians use that to manipulate. That's why a lot of them hop in front of these cameras before they got all the details. That's why a lot of them hop in front of the camera before they got all the facts. And just say this or say that and then come back after and with the weak apology that, oh, I ain't know I spoke too soon. No, that's playing the game. Because the reality of it is they did know the facts. They didn't like them. So they tried to get in front of them and get their own narrative out there. And people would be surprised of how many Americans that works on. A lot of people over here in America glorify our politicians. We think they more than just a regular person who work in a job, just like me and you. We think they some more than that. Like it's God, them, then us. The whole blueprint of this country and the whole setup of this country is for politicians to work for the people. But these politicians in America got such a good thing going that they got us working for them. Politicians is no longer doing what they need to do to get our vote. Because us as Americans, we just so excited and so happy to be on either team, whichever one you with. They don't have to campaign. They don't have to convince you. They don't have to do nothing or sign no good policies or do something with education or anything like that. They ain't got to do stuff like that. They got your vote by default because they got you angry and they got you fighting and you're blind, respectfully. You don't know what's going on. You don't care what's going on. You just like any other group or gang or anything like that who just going off colors, going off symbols, going off side, right, left. This is how gangs work. This is how gangs work. A lot of regular Americans is just sitting around arguing and fighting, talking about right or left or this or that, and they both doing bad. They both ain't got nothing going on. They both trying to figure it out. Basically got way more in common than they like to believe because they so caught up in politics and what rich politicians are saying. When politicians are inside trading, getting super rich. The stuff we need to be focused on is stuff like term limits, no inside trading, transparency. And you just tired of getting told what they think you want to hear and ain't nothing changing. Don't look at what they saying, look at what they doing. Even for a city like my own city, a city like Chicago, I think Chicago they had a blue government since like 1930 or something like that. Some stuff like that. I only could think of one Republican governor in my lifetime, and that was Rounder. But I could think of 6 straight blue governors of Illinois who ended up in prison. Right, there was 6 straight, or what I believe it to be 6 straight, but I know in total it was about 6. Or to have a mayor like Ron Emanuel, simply because Obama said, yeah, him. That's all it took in Chicago. It was no reason to run no campaign, no votes, no, it was over with. He had it. Horrible mayor. Lori Lightfoot. It's a black woman and a Democrat. She won. Horrible mayor. Brandon Johnson, a black man. running on, oh, I ain't gonna up the property tax, and we gonna make Chicago safe, and we gonna do this, and every chance he gets, and that taking a picture with his all black family, beautiful family. I ain't saying nothing about his family. It's just what he's preying on. The type of stuff he know he need to do to be mayor of Chicago. He don't have to come out talking about no policies or having no real plan about what he should do or why he should do it or nothing like that. He a black man and he a Democrat. He won. Horrible mayor. I just tell the truth. It don't matter to me. Your political color or your birth color, your race color. That's not what this about. As soon as we can separate the two, white, black, whoever you are, our country will start to be better. Separate race from politics, and America will be a better place. That's why people like Jake Lane, in my opinion, is so bad for what's going on in the present time that we are living in. But I don't think it's a mistake that he's here. Absolutely 100% not a mistake. Somebody like Jake Lane only has much power as you give him. This not Donald Trump. It's not the president of the United States. It's not no high-ranking official. I mean, this dude is not even a politician at all. The name he got and the following he's gained and whatever you want to call it, it's all from y'all giving it to him. So just think about people who don't even know Jake Lane, never heard of Jake Lane, but you just see Jake Lane in Minnesota just simply walking with a microphone, saying what he's saying. Once again, whether you like it or not, you somebody who don't know him, you somebody who don't follow politics and all this type of stuff, but you see this man getting attacked by a whole crowd of people and stuff threw at him, and he got women with him, and they dragging all on him, they pulling all on him, they chasing him, they punching him, got a big old gash in the back of his head. That's enough to turn people to Jake Lane's side without even knowing what's going on. Oh, this poor guy. Or if you just a white person who don't know what's going on, you see him basically just being attacked like that, and you know, it makes you want to look into him or check out a couple of his videos. Why is this poor guy getting attacked? Then you hear the message he push, and then you see what he's saying, and you put two and two together and add that with the clip, and it can make you feel like what he's saying is true. I mean, if you go watch what he's saying after you see him get attacked, I think it's a good chance you feel like what he's saying is true. That's what I mean about you giving him the power, you giving him the narrative. If he's saying these people are animals who want to kill and attack us and do this and that to us, and then as soon as we show up, that's exactly what y'all doing or exactly what y'all showing. But y'all would rather blame the people who choose to support them or choose to like them, like that got anything to do with you. When in reality, they probably choose to support them and like them because your actions, not his. You gained them supporters. You the reason people like him. Because you decided to be exactly what he said you are without thinking. You've been played. The sooner people decide to separate race from politics and decide to fight with this instead of this or any weapon, we will be better. And that's all us. I've been saying it for a long time now. I just don't see how you show up with a, and I know people are angry, I know people are mad, but I'm going to say what I feel. I just don't see how you show up to a protest with a righteous cause, caring about other people, which is great, Whether you're right, wrong, whatever you're out here for, because you think people are getting treated unfairly, you think people's human rights are getting violated, and you take a time out your own personal day for whatever else you could be doing to come out here and try to stand up for somebody else. I think that's American as fuck. And I think it's one of the greatest acts of kindness somebody can show in this country. Now, with that being said, when you just come up here and blurt out horrible things and scream horrible things and do horrible things, it takes away from the message. That's why they're recording you. You're losing again. You out here for the right reason. Regardless of what you believe is right or wrong. In your heart of hearts, you feel like you're out here because there's some injustice going on and you care about other people. That is great. But when you come out here and you get to hollering and screaming and cussing and just saying the most foul stuff you can say to any and everybody who on the other side of this barrier, let's be real, because any polar bastard who just doing their job is going to get it. How they got little private parts or little this or little that, and your kids don't love you and all this stuff. It takes away from the message. Remember what you out here for. Remember who you out here for. If that's really what you out here for. It don't take all that. You don't have to do all that. One of the most powerful protesters I've seen since I've been doing this Jakenews thing and out here going to protests and stuff was a silent protest. And the power of it was absolutely crazy. They came out. I wish I knew the name of the organization. It was probably 150 to 200 of them. If you ever been to Broadview or seen any of my videos, you know it used to be like it was a side on this side. It's the street where they ain't want protesters going at first, and then there was another side of the street. And those 150 to 200 people sat over there and meditated. I mean, didn't say nothing. Because your presence is enough. And emotions are high. So you don't want to get saying too much and taken away from the message. And that's just all I seen what was going on, you know. And I know anybody who know me before I like kind of turned the corner or anything, say, oh, Jake, you was the worst one. You're absolutely right. So I'm speaking from experience, and I'm just basically telling you what helped change it for me. So even me being who I was at first, when I was saying a bunch of derogatory stuff and I was saying a bunch of harmful and hurtful stuff to people out there, just me alone, stop doing that. Befriended people on the other side or people that protesters didn't necessarily like to try to get more insight and open up more conversation about what's going on and try to put a different narrative out there and a different message out there that, look, Cam Higby is my friend, which is true. I don't agree with everything he agree with, and that's okay. And I'm pretty sure it's the same way vice versa. So just with that, a lot of the people who I had built relationships with when I was acting the same way or doing the same way probably didn't want to be bothered with me no more, throw a cold shoulder at me or try to play music on my stream or don't like me no more, accuse me of being the right wing influencer, accuse me of working for Turning Point, accuse me of getting paid by Israel. Like, look, this is the world we living in. Just for trying to show people something different. Just for trying to show people like, look, you can have different political opinions. You can disagree on things and you still can be friends. I'm not saying you gotta be, but you can be. You still could be cordial. You gotta be no hate in your heart for them. I ain't talking about Cam, I'm talking about anybody. I don't gotta hate you because you're a Republican. I don't gotta hate you because you're a Democrat. I don't have to act like you want me to act, or I'm phony, or I'm being fake, or I ain't with the cause. My cause ain't your cause, because through all this, what I realized that I love all Americans. And I love America. And just if I don't like the president, whoever the president might be at the time, or just because I don't like politicians, or just because I don't like policies, that's not going to make me not love America. Because the reality of it is we're all super lucky to be Americans. And I don't care what you feel about this country or what this country might have did to your people in the past. I ain't saying I don't care about that in a way like that's what they get, and I don't care that your people got hurt. And I'm just saying through all that, because some terrible, terrible things that happened to my people here too. But that's another video. We all still lucky to be right here. And I know we all know it. And that's why the people who claim they hate America the most and just can't stand it and wish the worst and call for overthrowing the government and all this stuff ain't went nowhere and ain't even thinking about going nowhere. But this America. So just like you got the right to stay, you got the right to leave. Maybe you should watch some North Korea videos where people don't have the right to leave. Where if you do leave, your whole family will be unalived. You know? And I get what people be saying about President Trump. Oh, he a dictator, he a king, he all this. Maybe y'all should watch some of these other countries and see what that really looks like. And like I said, this ain't taking up for Trump. This ain't taking from nobody else. This just trying to call stuff down the middle to try to get through to anybody if I can. To not get approved from Congress or something like that, yeah, okay. He should have did. You know? Building a ballroom, don't get it approved. Yeah, he should have did. These are the type of things in America that makes us say, Trump a dictator, he want to be a king. The big beautiful bill or catering to the rich, which a lot of people believe he does and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not taking that for Trump, but they all cater to the rich. That's why we got to stop fooling ourselves. They all cater to their donors. People want to fool themselves and make America politics out to be this righteous thing, this thing that's just full of love and Christianity and all this, but this is a game. And just to be a player on any level, you have to play the game. That's what Democrats don't understand. They blame everything for why Trump won, but Trump won because he understood social media better than the left. And he still do. That's why you have the Jake Langs and the Nick Shirleys and the Cam Hicksies. And I ain't saying Nick Shirley and Cam is like this piece of shit on the screen. Jake Lang, that's my personal opinion. That's what I think of him. But I'm just saying that to say how the right is ahead. Some people only watch social media. It's hard to find a young adult, a young person in America, regardless of what race, who's getting up and actually watching the news. This is the news. This is important. So while Democrats and people on the left don't have like the same type of stuff going on, I never understand. Because you're saying like the left want us to think we always going to take the high road. We always going to be the super righteous one because we the good guys. We's the one who's care about it. And it's just simply not true. You're behind. You're losing. And you're doing a horrible job. I will even go far enough to say that, let me say this right, that the right, in a lot of ways, not every way, but a lot of ways, is more transparent than the left by a lot. Whether you like what the right doing or not, it's right there in your face. Oh, we did this, we did that. We probably don't get the 100% truth. Don't get me wrong. But you see what they doing. You see what they pushing. You see what they going towards. In my opinion, it always seemed like the left is the one trying to manipulate and persuade and just get over on. I would love to see politicians on the left to push people from communities like mine and places like mine, urban areas, ghettos, whatever you want to call it, because they usually in charge of them type of areas for whatever reason. No point intended. Because it's some bad areas and red areas too. But like I said, I'm just from a blue state, a blue city, a democratic place. So it just push people to want more. Because in my humble opinion, what the left do is that people from areas like I come from and places like I come from got so little that getting them so little seems like getting them so much. If that makes sense. So getting people link or getting people Section 8 or whatever type of benefits, it's a major help. Like you don't know where you're gonna go, you're going from place to place, then you come up on the Section 8. That's one less thing you gotta worry about. You got somewhere to go. But at the same time, on the other side of that, you just stay on Section 8 forever. You don't even try to get off Section 8. You don't even try to better yourself where you don't need Section 8. Now they got you. They got your indefinite vote. Forever. The good guy saved my life. Really? Did they really save your life? That living in areas like the west side of Chicago? The rent should be free on the west side of Chicago for everybody. You shouldn't even need none. You should just be able to walk up the block. Oh, that's a nice house, and just start moving your stuff in. And in a lot of cases, that's the reality. Stop letting people give you the crumbs out their pocket while the whole cookie in their other pocket. That's all I'm saying. We need to want to move forward. We need to want to do more. And we need to just keep fighting and stop settling. Like, I don't know. But all I know is with the direction this country going in now and everything that's happening in this country now, the only way to fix it, in my humble opinion, is through conversation. And a lot of people, when they hear conversation, they'll think like, oh yeah, these politicians need to talk, but you would be shocked how it'd be more helpful if regular citizens just talk to somebody who they don't agree with. It's almost forbidden to do. I mean, I be at these protests. I see it. If you got the wrong sign or the wrong hat or anything like that, it's going straight violent or closest you can get to violent without being violent. Instead of just having a conversation. Okay? Everybody who voting for Trump ain't vote for Trump to get to have what's happening to brown people happening. It's a lot of different reasons for any one person to want to vote for any candidate. So I just think people need to humble themselves. Everybody. Everybody think they all got it figured out. Everybody think they all know what's best. And to the degree of, I'm not even finna talk to you about it. It just rank somebody off as dumb or ignorant or racist or anything like that before you heard one thing they have to say. Like, how do we supposed to move forward like this? How does something good supposed to happen out of this? And that's why I be saying that we just need to be America first for real. Like, really need to be America first. We really need to fix what we got going on over here before we try to go to any other countries and do any other type of wars or care. And this might sound harsh, but I'm gonna say it, or care about how any other people is getting treated by their government. When in my honest opinion, we is on the brink of a civil war right here in America. We ain't even got this under control. We ain't even getting along over here. The war is right here. That's what people haven't realized. It ain't in Iran. It ain't in Venezuela. Israel, wherever, anywhere else. It's right here in America is where the war is at. And it's sad that people can't even just respect each other. The smallest thing, in my opinion, just respecting somebody. Whether you agree with them, whether you don't like them, just respect them. That's all you got to do. Imagine living your whole life disliking everybody who don't agree with you. That's what politics is. Who want to live in a world or a country where everybody agree? That's the type of stuff that make America great. We can disagree. We can talk shit about Trump. We can talk shit about Obama. We can talk shit about any live on the internet. And say the worst, foulest things about them. People in other countries ain't got that privilege. Your ass ain't living under no dictator. Because if you lived under a dictator, you wouldn't even be able to simply say he a dictator. Like I said, I'm not taking up for Trump. It's just the truth. It's the reality of stuff. People don't be realizing what they saying, and a lot of times I don't even think people be knowing the meaning of what they saying. So I ain't saying Dems gotta like Trump, but you can like call for all the dictator stuff to be stopped, said. Like I said, or go watch some documentaries. I think it's disrespectful to people in other countries and other places who actually living under a dictator to try to assume or say that our free ass in America is. That's disrespectful. Your ass ain't nowhere like no Seacott. We ain't got no prisons like that over here. I don't care if you talking about Supermax in Colorado. I bet it's better than what they got over there in Seacott or any of them camps, them 17 hidden camps they got over there in North Korea. And what, people getting executed for falling asleep in meetings or saying the wrong thing or for showing joy on the day where this man's father or grandfather passed away. Do you know in North Korea on the days they pass away, you can't be happy? You can't show joy. You have to be sad the day the internal leaders lost their life. That when from birth that they already teaching these kids what they want them to believe, what they want to know. That if you're a male and you 17, that you automatically join the North Korea army until you 30. These are the laws. You ain't never lived under a dictator in your life. Once again, people who live under dictators are not allowed to say that's a dictator. Ask anybody in North Korea, Kim Jong-un, however you say it, Kim Jong-un, the Kims. Ask them people, is he a dictator? You know what them people gonna tell you he is? The great leader. All this protest and all this stuff that's going on in America, and y'all talking about we under a dictator. Show me a protest in North Korea. Like, not say this respectfully, sometimes you got to be grateful. I think that's a big problem in America too. A lot of people are ungrateful, and I ain't saying just take anything or go for anything or let people do anything. I ain't saying that at all. Because the protesting and stuff, all that is part of what our country was built on. It's part of being an American. It's part of what makes us great. But both sides need to chill with the rhetoric and watch how they saying what they say in the words that they using. You have no idea what it's like to live under a dictator. Donald Trump is the 47th president. And then think about somewhere like North Korea, granddaddy, daddy, son. One family. That's it. Kim Jong-un is the, however you say it, I don't care if I'm saying it wrong. I don't care for him anyway. I don't care. Is running North Korea till he dies. And then to just be his daughter or, you know, come on, man. He killed his uncle. Allegedly had his brother assassinated in the airport on camera. This man is walking out and people is crying saying live 100,000 years. And it's all a show. I'm not going to go far as to say that's not how these people really feel, because these people been brainwashed since birth. So it could be how they really feel, because they don't have access to the internet and the rest of the world to know that this is not how it is everywhere. Imagine being in the country and you can't leave. Government issue phones. Only select few people get to have cars. And get told when to have kids. And if you can have kids. And even then, you ain't raising them. You raising them how the government tell you to raise them. You teaching them what the government tell you to teach them. Every household in North Korea got to have a picture of the granddaddy and the daddy in their homes. You got a picture of Trump? Anybody got a picture of Obama? You ever been told something like that? People in America over here having 10, 12, 15, 13, 200 kids. America is spoiled from the top to the bottom. And it's the result of being the best country in the world. And having so many rights and being given so many rights that people using them as a weapon. In a bad way. From the top to the bottom. Anybody who protesting anything, you is exercising what make America great. You is exercising that you don't live under no dictatorship or no authoritarian or nothing like that. Us as spoiled ass Americans do not have the right to sit up and say shit like that. Do you know ain't no freedom of speech in Canada? That damn close. North America. Did you know that? Don't have free speech. But you can get on any social media app you want to right now and say fuck Donald Trump and ain't shit gonna happen. You can say fuck his wife. You can say fuck Obama, fuck Michelle. You can say fuck they kids. You can say they ugly, they dumb, they stupid. Shut your spoiled ass up. We worried about everybody else. China, North Korea, Iran. We worried about all these other people, all these other countries. Do they got nuclear weapons? What they doing? What they building? And the number one thing that's gonna destroy this country is Americans. That's who's gonna destroy it. Because if America is the country who gotta save everybody, if we gotta go get the El Chapos and the Pablo Escobars and the Fidel Castros and Iran supreme leader and all that, who do something about the people who ruling us? So we've got a problem with this country, whatever it is, whatever side it is. I'm not calling for violence or nothing like that. But the only way to stop what's happening to us by the people who ruling over us and running our country is us, the people. That's how it's built. We got to come together to change something. You got to stop hating me and I got to stop hating you. Because we don't even hate each other. We just hate each other because I like what Obama said and you like what Trump said. And that leads to me not liking you. But Obama and Donald Trump do not hate each other, regardless of what you believe. If Obama and Donald Trump in the same place, they gonna sit there and have a cordial conversation and talk like regular people. But if me and you saw each other and you had on the wrong thing, it might be a fight. It might be worse than a fight. Long as these politicians in America got us fighting, they winning. Name one politician who don't benefit off the American people fighting. Regardless of what side you on, what you believe in, what color you are. How is politicians not benefiting that me and you is pissed off? Then they got me and you not doing what we think best for the country because we feel like we got to be on a certain side. And depending on what communities you from and what areas you from, you do. We losing. I did an interview with Chicago Flip Red. And I know how a lot of people look at Chicago Flip Red, especially in Chicago. But all they see is red. It's no way, and I mean this, it's no way, especially as a black American, a black Chicagoan, that you gonna sit down, I don't give a fuck if you stand up, and have a real conversation with Chicago Flip Red and tell me them ladies lying. You can't get past the red. Listen to her. She's not lying. She got the facts to back it up. And can we please get back to a country where facts matter? Please. Facts matter, man. Tell your opinions to your significant other, to your friends. I had an extensive conversation with both of them. And walked away blown away. I didn't walk away a Republican. I didn't walk away a Democrat or none like that. I walked away feeling informed, feeling educated. And I couldn't be mad about that. And I don't want to be mad about that. And I shouldn't be mad about that. But this very same day, when in my opinion, the stuff I talked to her about, she wasn't saying nothing but the truth. Now the DEI signs say deport every illegal, that's how she feel, that's her right. That's not nothing I agree with, but even with the sign saying deport every illegal, I don't really know how you can argue with that either. Because, I mean, if somebody illegal, whatever, but that's a video for another day. I can see if it said deport every immigrant, but whatever. Other protesters who was at that same detention center in Broadview that we was at on this fateful day flattened their tires. Bust a hole in our car tires. Now with me, I'm not on the right. I'm not on the left. I'm just for right and wrong. If you a Republican and you right, more power to you, I'm going to say you right. If you a Democrat and you right, more power to you, I'm going to say you right. I don't care what nobody think about it. I don't have to sit up and act like this ain't true because you don't like this person or this person on the other side of the aisle or something like that. I don't know how we supposed to get nowhere doing that. I'm going to say you wrong even when you right because I don't like you. But somehow this country going to move forward. But with me, it was even bigger than that because these are two black women. I'm not racist at all. But whatever color you is should mean something to each and every last one of us. Not enough to hate somebody for being another color, but if you white, you should be proud of that. If you black, you should be proud of that. You Asian, you should be proud of that. Whatever you are. You absolutely 100% should be proud of that, and anybody who mad you proud of that, fuck them. So me being who I am, I went and found Chicago Flip Red and where they was at with their tire flat. And I asked them, y'all called the police, what's going on? Oh yeah, we got the tow truck coming, this, that, and third. Okay, I'm gonna stay right here with y'all and I'm gonna protect y'all till they come. Now, this is the world we living in. That get me flack from protesters on the left. And people don't like me. Now I better watch where I park my car. Or now I'm a traitor. For protecting two women who wasn't doing nothing but using their First Amendment right like everybody else who out here is doing. And why everybody else feel they can be out here doing it. Because they have a difference of opinion, they deserve to be victimized and stripped of the First Amendment right. And I should be charged with treason and a traitor for helping two black women who ain't did nothing to nobody. This what be going on. This is a true story. This what happened. So imagine you being out here for what's happened to brown people, and you claiming to be somebody who care about other people and injustice being done to other people. But as soon as somebody come up here who not aligned exactly with what you're aligned with, you do an injustice to them. It don't make sense. If something is wrong, it's wrong for everybody. If something is right, it's right for everybody. So it's nowhere that says in these protests, unwritten rules, I guess, that the only people who can come up here and protest is the people who against the system or against ICE or against immigration. That's just not how it should be. You taking away from what the country is. You picking and choosing when and who can have these rights. And just because somebody come up here with a sign that say ICE is cool, that's what the sign say. Don't give you the right to bum rush this person or attack this person or say, oh, this person just here to antagonize me or bother me, you should leave, or actually going far enough to go to the police and say this person should leave. Or to think somebody like Cam Higby is coming all the way from wherever he coming from just to bother you. Somebody they don't know until they get here. Control what you can control, and most of all, control yourself. You can't tell people they can't come out here. You can't wear a MAGA hat or a Charlie Kirk shirt or whatever it might be. Remember when your mama used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. People do not understand the power of ignoring someone, or how good it'll feel to see something that's bothering you, but you got the willpower and the strength and the self-control to act like it's not there. Like going back to Jake Lang. Y'all making Jake Lang powerful. Y'all making Jake Lang headline news. Yet you hate that he the headline. Yet you hate that he gaining traction, and you hate people actually following him. But it's because what you doing. There's a lot of people who don't agree with Jake Lang either, but when they see him getting treated like he gets treated when he go to these places, probably like, oh, this poor guy. And I don't believe he no poor guy. I believe a piece of shit. It's just the reality of it. It's using this. It's like Tommy. I don't like what Tommy stand for. I don't like half of the shit Tommy say. I don't even think Tommy's smart. I think Tommy a complete asshole who really don't know nothing about nothing. That man is an influencer. But y'all making Tommy famous. Because you're going too far and you harming them. And people sympathize with that. And y'all still don't get that shit. And even to be somebody like me, who used to be like that, and when every protester loved me in the areas I'm in, everybody absolutely loved me. When I was just ignorant as I could be and saying any dumb thing I could think of, everybody loved me. And when I try to change and do better for me, try to be somebody I can be happy with, somebody I can look in the mirror with and like what I see, these people even got a problem with that. I'm not a follower. I'm not scared to be an individual. I'm not scared to stand alone. I don't have to hate who you hate. And even if I do dislike who you dislike, I don't have to go about it how you go about it. I'm almost 40 years old. I pray I got a lot of time left on this earth, but one day I'm going to be gone. My whole mission is trying to do anything I could do to make this earth, this country, a better place for my daughter who, God willing, to still be here long after I'm gone. Have the conversation. Act your age. Be respectful. Be mindful of others. Stop seeing race. Stop seeing color. That shit don't mean nothing. That shit means something far as a cultural thing. Like I said, being proud of it. As far as all the hate that come with that shit and judging this person, that person being from this region or that region, because that's all it is. All the shit just divide. Regions, race, languages, all that shit just another way to divide. I wish we all went the same color and all spoke the same language. I honestly wish that. For somebody like Jake Lane, it shouldn't be white Christian. Somebody who preaching about God and preaching about the Bible in the same 1 minute clip say how you prayed to God and God's so grateful and God why the nail bomb ain't go off and all that. And then to come right behind that with racist ass rhetoric. Where are the Christians at? This is a problem what this man is doing in the light this man using God in. And the purpose he bringing up God and all that. That's not what God about. That's not what the Bible about. That's not what being a Christian is about. Being a Christian don't mean you gotta hate Muslims. Our fate is our fate. We believe in what we believe in. If people want to believe in something else, then that's totally fine. Show me in the Bible where it say hate somebody for being in another religion or something like that. Just to like try to paint all Muslims as bad people. They all, no, that's not true. Just like all Christians ain't good people. Case in point, Jake Lane. This is a fight. It's good versus bad. Not Christian, Muslims, black, white, Republican, Democrat, whatever. Because it's good and bad on both sides of all that. So our only objective should be good and bad. Don't matter what color you is. It don't matter what language you speak. Don't matter what religion you is. Don't matter what political stand you have. Good or bad. That's it. I don't know why we just can't stick to that. I don't know why we just can't stick to that. Judge somebody off their character, their heart, what they showing you, what you're seeing. Half us, whatever religion we are in, we ain't picking. It's probably a slight few people who, made a change, in jail or found another religion that changed their life, felt like helping a lot. But for the most part, we are raised in these religions. If your parents raised you to be a Muslim, that's probably what you're going to be. Your parents raised you to be a Christian, that's probably what you're going to be. If your parents raised you to be an atheist, that's probably what you're going to be. None of this stuff make any one individual or any individual a bad person, though. You can believe in what you want to believe in. I think it'd be even worse if we was a country like, okay, you live in America, you got to be a Christian. That'd be even worse. Be who you are. Believe in what you believe in. Don't come over here and just try to be what we are or do what we do as far as religion. Don't come over here faking it. All in Baptist church, ain't no Christian, reading Bible, like don't care for it. Don't do that. Religion is about faith. Faith. We really don't know. I want to say this right. We really don't know what we think we know, if that makes sense. We just simply have faith. It's basically believing in something that you can't 100% prove is there. But we want to believe it's there. I mean, just for the sake of sanity, it gotta be there, right? It gotta be something that's bigger than all this toxic shit right here, right? The protests and the politics and the pulling back and forth and the rape, the shit that's happening on this earth. You want to believe that after all this is somewhere you can go and just let it all go and be worry free. That's fate. Quit trying to push everything on everybody else. Why can't Jesus Christ and Allah be who they are? Why? Why everything gotta be a fight? Even on a spiritual level, even on a holy level, even on something that's supposed to be righteous and good and expiring as religion, people still find a way to even get a fight out of that. Like, people are really running around this country disrespecting religious books. I wouldn't do none to the Quran or no other religious Bible book that I wouldn't want nobody doing to the Bible. I'm not here to judge how people pray or people having religion saying they can have multiple wives or whatever. That shouldn't scare us over here as Americans. So to be out here telling, oh, they're gonna outbreed us, they're gonna do all that, and everybody in America cheating anyway. At least all these is this man's wives, and they all know about each other and live together, regardless of what you think of. But over here in America, no, we just acting like we in love with this one woman and married to this one woman, and as we cheat every chance we get. If you're worried about getting outbreeded, quit coming out here with this hateful ass rhetoric and get your ass in the bedroom, Jake Lang. Go do your part. Get your ass in there and jump on her. Outbreed us and do what? That's how I know when he speaks like that, he not saying outbreed us as Americans. He's saying outbreeding us as white people. I don't have a racist bone in my body. That's what that man's saying. We all know if you look at the numbers and the statistics or whatever, for whatever reason, is I don't know. I guess white people just don't be having many kids as other races. I mean, even wealthy white people, in my experience, I ain't got no numbers on that and no facts and none on that. But it could be like a judge and a doctor, plenty money to go around, and they have one child. Then he had one child, and and that's just kind of what it be. But if you like in the brown community, in the black community, or the Muslim community, it's the total opposite. My mom had 6 kids. Then my auntie, after my mom, she had 1 kid. Then my other auntie, she got 6 kids. Then my uncle, he like 8 kids. Then my auntie, after my uncle, she got like 8 or 9 kids. And then my last uncle got 2 kids. Those are just my grandmother kids. Those are just my mother's siblings. So then we come to my mother. My oldest brother passed away too young to have kids. He was 15. That's another video. Rest in peace to my brother. Then my brother Tremaine, he got 5 kids. Then Tavares got like 6 kids. I got 1 kid. And Kristen got 4 kids. And then my youngest brother got 6 kids. I'm saying. Ain't nobody going extinct. Ain't nobody gonna take over our whole country by outbreeding us. It's a weak ass narrative. It's a weak ass jab. We all got the ability to reproduce if we blessed. Not saying that people who ain't blessed, just saying it's a blessing to be given that gift. But it could be complications and certain other things where everybody can't do it. But to pick at another group of people or another religion because of that, it's like it's nothing behind that. They're outbreeding us. They're gonna take our country, but it's like, elaborate. How? Why? How long has Muslim people been having multiple wives and doing what they're doing, believing what they believe in? And they ain't took the country yet? Muslim people get a bad rap, especially over here in America, because what gets showed to us and what get exposed to us. But it's different kind of Christians, as you see with Jake Lane, and you could say with somebody like me, or even like Nick Shirley told him right here in this same video, I wouldn't bring bacon to Ramadan. Some of your tactics is extreme. So it's the same thing with Muslims and every other group. So just because you get like a Bin Laden or Saddam or whoever the real bad ones, that's not all Muslims. Because don't act like it ain't no bad Americans or no bad Christians or people who done did horrible things as well. That's just with everybody, bro. You do not have to be a Christian because you in America. But what I will like for people to do is respect the fact that we are Christians. That's the thing. I'm not trying to force you or make you believe in what we believe in or be what we are. But if you're going to be somebody who believe in something else and come from somewhere different and coming where we are, respect what we got going on. Respect what we believe in. Or they converting Christians to Muslims. That go both ways. It go both ways. That is an individual decision. Individual by individual decision. They not coming over here kidnapping people, holding them hostage, guns to their head, and telling them, oh, you got to be a Muslim. No, if people going to the mosque and people are reading the Quran and people like what they hearing and the message that being said and they want to switch from Christian to Muslim, that's not Muslim people's fault, man. That don't mean there's no secret mission going on in the background to take down America and take down Christianity. Can we stop this? All these damn years in America still ain't figured out the black and the white thing. Nobody is concerned about the fact that our country that we all claim to love so much, regardless of what side of the aisle or what race, whatever, is going backwards. This is alarming. We are going back to all this hateful ass shit. That's what we're going back to. The countless amount of people who done died on both sides in civil wars and shit like that to get us to the democracy we is today, and with the rights we have today and the constitution we have today and all this type of shit, just to go back on it. So whatever side of the aisle you on, whoever you feel your ancestors are, you slapping them right in the face. It's like getting mad because Martin Luther King Day isn't on Martin Luther King's birthday, but you don't hold none of the values of Martin Luther King. So you'll be mad at America that the actual holiday ain't on his birthday. But what about the message he left for you? What about the fact that he gave his life up for you? And you know, I don't want to make it like a black thing, but like with black people, it's like, I don't know. It's like we just done slipped back too far. I don't know who to blame. I'm pretty sure most black people will blame America. They killed our leaders, whatever, Black Wall Street, so forth and so on. But I just feel like we just gotta do better too, though. We gotta, like, this is a sensitive subject for me just because I'm black, but it's like yes, I'm trying to. We gotta find a way to stop blaming everything that's going on with us on what happened to us in the past. Now, I'm not saying forget what happened to us in the past. Unfortunately, that's a part of our history. A lot of great people lost their lives, so forth and so on. So, yes, remember that. Hold on to that. But use it as some type of driving force for better, for growth. Not as a crutch to always victimize ourselves and say, "Oh, we don't have a chance anyway. We was never given a fair shake," or nothing like that. I just think we need to find a way to get past that type of complaining. We can do whatever anybody else on this planet can do. And I think in a lot of ways it's our own mindset and the pity that we have for ourselves and the pity we pass down from generation to generation really has a lot to do with us not advancing. I hope I'm saying this right, because I'm not trying to offend my own people or talk bad about my own people or nothing like that. I'm really trying to motivate and really trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We have to quit victimizing ourselves. We owe it to the ones who came before us, who was actually and truly 100% times worse victimized than anything most of us ever dealt with. And they continue to fight. They continue to strive. They continue to sacrifice. For me, for you, but not for me and you to just be sitting here crying about what they went through so we wouldn't have to. I went through it for you. Go be great. Where is the Martin Luther Kings now? Where is the Malcolm X's? The Frederick Douglass? Where they at? And a rapper? A basketball player? An athlete? Jesse Jackson, rest in peace to him. Al Sharpton. Shout out to Obama. I love Obama. But like in the 38 years that I've been living, besides my own father, and I'm very biased about that, but I love my father. Rest in peace to him as well. The only black man who I can even attempt to put in that category of what a Martin Luther King or a Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass, those type of people, Harriet Tubman, those type of people were, is Obama. Where are the true leaders of the black community or the Democratic Party? You could say what you want to say about Republicans in this administration, and I got something to say too. But whether you agree with them or the people who voted for them, they got real leaders, meaning people who can lead. No matter what they leading to or what the policies is, it's a real leader. I don't think we have it in the black community. And I don't think it's no real leaders in the Democratic Party. Manipulators. I just feel like America got to find a way to get back to what America is. A democracy where the people are in charge, where the politicians work for the people. But they got us out here fighting. They got us out here angry and don't know why. And we fighting each other while they line their pockets and do exactly what they want to do, acting like they don't like each other, acting like their kids don't know each other and they're not friends when they absolutely are. Ain't no Republican and no Democrat gonna see each other and act like a Republican and a Democrat on the streets or act if they see each other. Ain't no politician gonna see no ICE agent, no DHS agent, or nothing like that and disrespect them. They not gonna do it. They're not gonna see that man and call that man no Nazi. The world's so messed up right now, you would think that ICE and DHS was something new. That's just how much it fits a narrative of what's going on right now in the present time. You would think it's something new. You would think it was something Trump invented. You would think these weren't even agencies. You would think these weren't even departments. You would think immigration is something that new and ain't never happened nowhere before. All because how these politicians is trickling it down to us. And our emotions is based off what they think. And that works for them because it gets them what they want more than anything, your vote. Everything they say to you is based off getting your vote. It ain't because they care about you. It ain't because they better than who on the other side of the aisle. It's because they want that job. They want that power. They want that inside trading. You owe it to America and to yourself, especially as somebody who claim they care, to do what you feel is right. Do your own research. Look up stuff for yourself. Really dig in these people's backgrounds. Go pull up these people's history. See what they voted for in the past. See what they were saying in the past. Some of these same issues come up and people change their tune. And ain't nobody fact checking it. Ain't nobody going to see. You can't really trust mainstream media. Everybody is being bought, in my opinion. Everybody is being paid. To be a journalist ain't what it used to mean to be a journalist. To be a journalist now, in my opinion, is I say whatever you want me to say if you got the right amount of money. Ain't no loyalty in this shit no more. Stop just trusting the TV. Stop just trusting somebody because they got a suit on or because they in a position of power. You owe it to yourself and the country you claim you love to research what they saying. To make them back up what they saying. Or vote them out of there. But you just gonna vote them in again because the person on the other side is from the other side of the aisle. It's always gonna be like that. That's how it's designed. Take a chance. I mean, I don't see how we can get any worse than this. Think outside the box. Do something you ain't did before. Doing the same old thing ain't working for none of us. If you ain't wealthy right now, America probably ain't too pleasant for you. Probably ain't North Korea or nothing like that, but in the last couple presidents, what really changed for the average working person? Remember? Yeah, all these homeless people. I'm not a socialist or nothing like that. But if we got the money for wars and B-2 bombers and all this stuff and all these high-tech operations in Venezuela and all this, can we at least just try to help people who won't help? I ain't saying try to force everybody to get help or get everybody to do the right thing, but the ones who actually won't help and actually accept the help and to try to change their circumstances, can we just like focus on stuff like that? I got none against Iranian people. I got none against Iran. Even though I think they leaders is harsh and bad people. I just don't see why it's our problem. I mean, why we gotta be there for everybody? Even over our own. Why we gotta care what's happening all the way on the other side of the world? Why we gotta care? The nuclear thing, I get it. I don't want everybody with nuclear weapons. Some of these people unhinged. It's a fact that everybody got secret animosity against America. Most people don't like us. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't respect us. They just scared of us and what we got or need resources and stuff from us and stuff like that. That's a scary position to be in for us anyway, because it's hard to tell who really like us and who really are allied. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why we gotta care? If it's not nothing that's directly affecting us or bringing harm our way, let people rule these places how they gonna rule them. These people gonna have to deal with God. And I think that's what America mess up a lot of the time with the fact that we're a Christian nation and we believe in God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Bible. America start to think they God. You know, like Because the God I was raised to know and taught about is a God who loves all people. You know, a forgiving God. You know, like, so how could you just hop in your nice jets or load up the troops or whatever and just, yeah, go all the way over there, thousands and thousands of miles across the world and fix that problem over there when before you even got on the plane, you was dead in the middle of a problem of your own people? We need to worry about America. We need to care about each other. We need to respect each other. We need to respect each other's opinion. And most of all, we need to respect each other's differences. Because it's okay. It's what make each one of us unique. It's what make us individuals. And it also what can make the country great. Different ideas, different mindsets, different thought processes. Don't nobody 100% know the absolute way to run the country or the best way to run the country. That's why we do it like we do it with the 2 terms and 4 years as presidents. But just because a Republican get voted in as president, I just don't feel like all Democrats should just disown what they should be doing. I still feel like y'all should try to help them in any way y'all can. Vice versa. If a Democrat is president, I still feel like Republicans should be doing everything they try to do, everything they could do to try to help them. Long as you feel that it's something right. We have plenty bills and plenty policies and plenty laws getting rejected or shut down just simply because who presenting them when it's a good thing for the country. But instead of doing what's right for the country and the people of the country, it's like, I ain't finna get this motherfucker no win. I don't like this motherfucker. I'm voting no. Do you know how refreshing it is to see with something like the Epstein files and to see Democrats and Republicans on the same page getting shit done? And look how it worked. That was some powerful shit. That should have showed both sides. Look how y'all can move shit and shake shit and change shit when you ain't arguing and fighting and pointing the finger at each other. We will be absolutely unstoppable if we can get past our own shit and the own bullshit problems that we've been fighting over damn near since the beginning of this country. Instead of all just doing what's best for the country. Leave all your personal shit to the side. All you damn politicians, and get the hell off YouTube. Saying like you're more worried about your YouTube video and your YouTube narrative than what the fuck you supposed to be doing for the country. You out here chasing likes and clicks, and I ain't. With your inside trading ass. Like, what the fuck is we doing? You out here trying to think of the clickbaity title for your YouTube video. The whole time y'all having these real conversations about the fate of the country and then results the fate of the goddamn world, you still got somebody right there recording you for your damn YouTube video. Get the fuck off YouTube. You don't need the money. You gonna put whatever on the fucking YouTube video to get clicks and all that shit. Just do your job. Do your job. It's easy to point the fingers at the administration because they the people in the cabinet because they like the ones who really in power right now. But all you motherfuckers doing a fucked up job. So don't think because you the one up here with the gavel and you the one up here with 5 minutes to grill Pam Bundy or Christy Nolan or Cash Patel or whoever the fuck it is that a motherfucker don't see what you doing too. And that you ain't doing your motherfucking job also. And they assholes. Pam Bundy, Christino, and Casper Tail. They assholes. I get it. But don't think just because you're going to point at them over there and say them asshole that they're going to lead me to believe that you ain't the same type of asshole. Because you is. You is. It's just your turn to act like the good guy because they got the White House. So if a Democrat get the White House, it will be the exact opposite. It'll be the same fucking shit. In a lot of ways. That's why I don't get caught up in all that shit. I love America and Americans and people in general. And I know one of the best things about this country, and I always will be one of the best things about this country, is the freedom we have here. And the different cultures and the different people. All this stuff is what makes America America. What makes us unique, what makes us great. Americans is not the only ones who make America great. Everybody else who come here is not bad. It's not out to get us. It's not trying to take us down from the inside. If that's what you think, then that should be even more reason to be America first. Well, anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Just stay loving, stay prayed up, stay respectable, and just go for what you believe in. And anybody who don't believe in what you believe in, just let that be what it is. Either have a conversation, try to find some type of common ground, try to work through something, see how y'all can make y'all area, wherever y'all at, a better place, or anything like that. But we just need to drop the hate as a country, all of us. It's just too much. There's too much hate going on. Too much hate being praised. Too much hate being broadcast. We just got to do better. And for the sake of the country we all love, I hope we're able to do that. So thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Jakenews 4800. I appreciate all y'all. I love all y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.